Hi guys, this is Orion. Welcome to my YouTube channel. With this particular video, it's going to be a little bit different because I'm recording from my phone rather than on a computer. So let's see how this one goes. What I'm going to be talking about in this video is my website. So it's sort of like a bit of a promotion. It's just like a bit of a walk through my website. I'm not going to go into all my website. I'm just going to run you through some of the options that you can find at my website. Um, I suggest that you click like, share with others, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. And please comment, as your comments are important to me, and it helps me decide whether you like my videos or not. And constructive criticism is welcome, but negative criticism is not welcome and will not be tolerated. Um, Also, when it comes to sharing my videos or any of my work, I rely on you often, those that support my work, because a lot of the times I don't get time to do it to promote my own work. So that's why I rely heavily on those that follow my work and like my work to be able to do that for me. So for those that have done that in the past, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. As you can see at the top of my website link is orionsilverstar.weebly.com, and the title to my website is called Orion Silverstar Instrumental Trans Communication Medium. So this is the page you'll get when you first open up my website. Hopefully this is the page you'll get, which is the home page. And if you scroll down a bit, you'll see there's some buttons there that have like and share for Facebook, and also you can choose which language you want. Now, if you scroll down a little bit further, you'll come to a spot where it says the name Instrumental Transcommunication. I've just given a little bit of a description of what Instrumental Transcommunication, where the name came from. And then the next heading is what is Instrumental Transcommunication. So I've given you just a brief description there again of what instrumental transcommunication is. The reason I've kept it simple, and that you'll find throughout this whole website that I've kept it simple, is because I've aimed this website for those that are new to instrumental transcommunication and that are just starting out in it, to make it easier for them to understand. And so to show them that this option of communication with spirit world is available not just for those that have got a lot of money to set up something elaborate, but also for just the everyday person by using products that they can find in their home. And so I've kept it as simple as that, and made the website easy to understand without going into too much technical details about it. I wanted it that way. If you want to get into some more deeper stuff about instrumental transcommunication down the track, I have a list of websites that I fully support on this website, and I'll show you that in a minute. So the second heading is what is instrumental transdimensional communication. So it's just a brief description, and down the bottom underneath that I've got just some examples like a video feedback loop, moving water light reflection, electronic voice phenomena, spectrogram, and spirit photography, and there's a lot more to it than that. These are just some of the main ones that people use. I guess the most common ones, but the most common one out of all of them would be electronic voice phenomena, EVP, that most people in the paranormal field are aware of that particular form of instrumental transdimensional communication. Some people call it instrumental transcommunication. I like to call it instrumental transdimensional communication. And as I say, electronic voice phenomena, EVP, is probably the most common one you see people using or experimenting with, that people know about. But a lot of people don't realize that that falls under the umbrella, and I like to call it an umbrella, the umbrella of instrumental transdimensional communication. So I just thought I'd share that with you. So there I give you some examples. And I'm going to add more to my website in the next couple of months. So come back and you'll see some more hopefully see some more spectrogram work, and more spirit photography. And I hope to have some EVP recordings up. What else have I got? I wanted to get some more video feedback loop done, which I can't at the moment because my camera broke down, but I will down the track. And you'll definitely see some more water light reflection work, which I've already started doing some more of just over the last month or so. And I'm going to be writing more stuff on this website. So please come back to this website because I'm going to have some more exciting stuff up here for you. The next heading is what you will find at this website. So I just give a brief description of what you'll find at this website. I've made it very simple because I've been to many websites and they write and write and write. And I don't know about you, but I start to lose interest after a while, because my train of thought goes and I just can't take it all in at once. So I've made it on the home page, I've made it very short and point form uh, for people just to read to give an idea of what's exactly on the website without making the home page loaded with information. And that's the way I wanted it. So here you got what you will find at this website. So just as I say, a bit of a brief description. And then I've got index under that. And in the index, you'll find the first one is that you click on up the top is homepage. So if you click on that, it'll have a drop-down menu. And in that drop-down menu, you'll find the modern esoteric temple of Baphomet. Now, most people think Baphomet is evil. Baphomet is not evil. And don't go by some of the left-hand path teachings on Baphomet because some of it's quite inaccurate. Some of it's okay, but some of it's inaccurate. And what Baphomet is, in Baphomet, there's a lot of other symbols within Baphomet. Um, in the actual symbol itself, there's other symbols, and those symbols in themselves need a lot of study on. And you can study each of those symbols individually and do a lot of studies on those, as I say. And I see symbols as a form of telling a story. It's like a guideline, and the whole of Baphomet is like a map. It's like a map of self-development. So each of those symbols that are in Baphomet will help you to develop yourself more further once you understand them spiritually. Like, say, for example, I'll give you more hidden knowledge. Occult means hidden knowledge, so it'll give you more knowledge that it's not really meant to be hidden, but in the early times it had to go underground and had to be hidden due to the Christian movement trying to wipe it away and through the burning times and all that sort of stuff. So it went underground and it became hidden, so it became a cult. And that's what the word occult means. So um, once you understand these symbols and what they mean, they'll help you gain in knowledge and wisdom. And through knowledge and wisdom comes enlightenment. So if you're on the path to enlightenment, I suggest that you may have a look at that. You might not follow everything I put there and you might not agree with everything I say, but that's fine. You don't have to agree with everything I say, but just take a look at it and see for yourself. It's just my research into Baphomet, and also at that modern esoteric temple of Baphomet, I hope to put more things there in the future. Do some more intensive work on writing up on that page. There's only just a little bit at the moment, but I want to expand on it. Some of the things you'll find there is like um, yin and yang, the Kundalini energy, talking about that, the dualities between negative and positive, or the left hand path and the right hand path is the same thing, or the left pillar and the right pillar, same thing, and the middle pillar and the Kabbalah, that's all the same thing. They all mean the same thing, just different examples of the same thing. So um, you'll find that described in the symbol of Baphomet. So read that. The next thing is number 2, which is about. So if you click on about, it'll give you another drop down menu. And the first heading you'll see or page is introduction. In the introduction, I give a bit of a brief introduction about myself. I talk about from when I was a child, growing up, how I always had a mediumship and channeling abilities, and I'm a sensitive, and I've had that since birth, and I didn't know how to handle it very well when I was younger, and I tried to shut it out. As some people may relate to, um, if they've had it from birth, it's not something you really want when you're younger, and it caused some problems. But as I got older, I learned to accept it, and then I wanted to explore it more. So I did, and I got into esoteric groups. Some esoteric groups. I'll talk about that. Some of the esoteric groups that I joined, and then how that led me to where I am now and what I do now. So that's pretty much just gives a brief description about myself, Orion Silverstar, and also you'll find on that particular page, introduction page, you find a little bit which I hope everyone reads, which talks about copyright. If you go to number 3, I.T.C galleries, click on that, and then there'll be another, again, a drop down menu, and the first page is moving water light reflection, and there I go quite into depth about my research and what I've found and my findings and things like that to do with the moving water light reflection. And I also show quite a lot of pictures there of some of the best pictures and clearest pictures I've had come through using the moving water light reflection method of instrumental transdimensional communication. So I also talk about some of the tools that I use, like some of the containers I use. For example, a stainless steel container up against a black container, and why I use the two different ones, and the fors and against for both of them. I talk about that. And the reason I talk about just using simple containers in the household is because, as I said before, I want to show people that are new to this sort of form of communication it's not out of reach for anyone to try this method of communication. It doesn't have to be for someone that's got a lot of money, because you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can use just household products to be able to do this form of communication. If spirit really want to communicate with you, they will. And it doesn't matter what you use. There's certain ways to do it, but when it comes to different tools, they're just tools. The spirit, it's up to them whether they communicate, if that makes any sense to you. Anyway, I explain it a bit more on that particular page. Then if the next page is symmetry and moving water light reflection, that one is something new, more recent. I've spent the last couple of years studying, and that is it's how to incorporate symmetric, what can I say? It's a mirror image software, symmetric software, and how to incorporate that into the moving water light reflection method of instrumental transdimensional communication. So that's interesting if you want to go into that and read a bit about that. And I also give some examples there of images that are quite clear as well. And they're all coloured pictures in this website. So take a look at that. Then the next page is Beyond the Veil, channeling messages through Orion Silverstar. And on that particular page, I go into great depth about talking about some of the channeled messages that have come through for me. And I show some examples and give some examples of messages that have come through that I've received from my guides or other entities that are around me at the time. And they have wanted me to put that out there for everybody to see, and because their message is not for me, not just for me, but for the world, for everybody. So on that page, that's where you'll find that. And the next one is Orbs of Spirit. In this one, I talk about indoor orbs and outdoor orbs. I talk about how the spirit world can use orbs as a form of communication, and particularly with outdoor orbs, when you're talking about outdoor orbs, under certain environmental factors and conditions, you'll understand more about that, how spirit can communicate through orbs, when you understand more about how the water light reflection method works. So if you want to understand more about that, outdoor orbs and how spirit can work through that, I suggest you learn and read up about the water light reflection method, and maybe go to my page where I talk about it and give some examples and my findings with moving water light reflection method on that page. And that'll help you to understand the outdoor orb situation under certain environments and settings outside, how it is very similar how spirit can communicate through these orbs. And also I talk about indoor orbs and some of the experiences that I've had and how spirit can manifest in the form of energy through orbs. So check out that page. It's probably very helpful to you. Also, the next one is animal spirits. That's the next page where I give a lot of images, very clear images, and all in color of many animal spirits that have had come through over the years. And I talk a bit about animal spirits and that sort of thing also at that page. For example, Indigenous people, how they've held animal spirits as sacred and something special for a long, long time. It's something they always held as special, and they always understood animal spirits and were aware of the animal spirits. So it's going back from a long time, a long way back in time, that animal spirits have been acknowledged and been understood that there is such a thing as animal spirits. And these photos that I've got here are good evidence to show you that this is true, to back that up. Back then there was no technology, but now we've got the technology, so they can actually show their form for people so people can understand this a bit more. And there's a lot of religions out there that don't accept that animals go on to the afterlife, that it's only humans do. But this is not true at all from my experiences and what I've discovered and my research into this. Animal spirits are very real, and it's a great feeling knowing that when it's my time to cross over to the other side, my beloved pets are going to be there with me. So anyone that's lost an animal or grieved over the loss of one of their beloved pets, check out my page, Animal Spirits, at this website. This may help you in a great detail. The next one is Electronic Voice Phenomena, EVP, and I hope to have some more EVP recordings coming up on that page very soon. I don't have to explain that one. Number 4, resources. When you click on resources, a drop-down menu once again, and the first page is Tools of the Trade software. At that particular page, you will find a whole lot of software that I've used, and I only post software that I've used or that I still use. I don't post software that I haven't used. And under each software, I give a basic description about my findings towards that software and what I've used it for and how helpful that software is, which I think people might find interesting, and that's why I did it. And if you click on the actual, I've put pictures of the software. If you click on the actual software picture, it'll take you straight away to the website where you can download that particular software. All the software that I've put there is free, as I like to use free software because there's just as many good free software that are equally as good as the paid one, or if not better. You know, people get paid software and this sort of stuff, software that they have to pay for. But if you hunt around long enough on the web or look around, there's always a free alternative to everything. So it's just a matter of hunting around and looking around. So you don't have to look around or hunt around because I put it here on this page for you so you can use it. Many people have said to me, they've said, how do I enhance my picture? How do I make it stand out more? Well, there's a software at that page that will help you with that. A lot of people have asked me on my Facebook page, where can I find the software? Go to this page, you'll find the software. And I also wanted to add to that when you do download free software, don't download from a non-trusted website. Always download from a trusted website, and I can't make that any clearer, or from the website that makes that free software themselves. That's the best one to do. That would be number one. Download from the website that actually makes that particular free software, and you can't go wrong. And second, following that would be from a trusted website. Never download from a not trusted website or a website that's not very known. And often places will give you more than one option of where to download from. If you don't know those websites, don't download from them. Download from the first one is often trusted, and as I say, the best way is through the actual website that makes that software. Another thing I wanted to talk about too is even though it's downloaded from a trusted software website, um, often what comes with free software is other bundled software with it. So when you open up your installer that installs the actual software onto your computer, um, install wizard or whatever you call it, download wizard. Well, it'll have different boxes you tick to say whether you want to install this or install that. Often it doesn't do that. Often it already has it ticked. So what you've got to do, instead of just going through it, yeah, and then downloading, um, if you've got to go through it slowly. And if you see something tick, check it to see what it is. If it's not, because it might be another software that they want to install on your computer along with that software that you want. So unclick it, and then that means it won't install as well if you don't want it. Like a toolbar or something like that, or a search bar, things like that. You don't really need it because it's just using up more space on your computer. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Um, the next heading is links and websites of interest. So there I've posted a whole lot of websites from other researchers and from around the world. And I've only posted links to websites of researchers that are active at this present time in research. If there's one that's not there, well, if there's a website that's not there, either I don't know about it or I haven't heard of it, and or also that or they're no longer practicing, or they've been quiet for some time, a number of years in researching instrumental transdimensional communication. So that could be another reason why it's not there. If you think there's one that I should have there, of someone that's actually still active in this research, in this field of research, please let me know at my blog. So you can post a comment at my blog, and is that about the websites that I've added to this page is underneath where I've listed the website, it'll have a button. So if you click on that particular button, that'll take you directly to the website. So you'll find the website there. It'll take you directly to their website. It saves you hunting around and looking for different websites and all that sort of thing. So I thought that might be helpful if I post all the websites at that particular page on this website of mine. So have a look at that. The next is live chat, which I can have a live chat with someone if they want, but I don't actually use that very often because I find at Facebook I'm often communicating with a lot of people at Facebook the most. The next one is blog. So at blog here, blog is where I post a lot of my short articles on many different subjects, and I've got quite a few there. I noticed a lot of people aren't seeing them and they aren't commenting or clicking like to it. So, and I've been posting a lot there. So if you're interested to see some of my short articles that I've posted, please go to my blog and leave a comment underneath. It really helps and encourages me and helps me to know what you feel about whether you appreciate these blogs and these short articles that I write there. Not only that, if you think there's an article, a short article or a subject you would like me to talk about, let me know that also at that blog, my blog page. And who knows, down the track, I might actually do a short article on that particular subject as well. So that's about it in a nutshell for my website. I'm not going to go onto each page and show you as I've just described it all for you. So I just want to thank you for stopping by my channel here and taking a look at this video. And we will leave it there. Have a great day, everyone, and thanks once again. Bye for now.